Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dr. Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. The snow is starting to melt just a little bit. We're actually able to get out of the house and grab a coffee today. Very fitting, though, just like with Winter Venera, that Winter Viktora is coming out. Many of you know she is my favorite character, my girl. And while I feel like I can't recommend pulling for her at level 99, I have to do it. I know there's so many of you out there who are like, Viktora, I love you. And I resonate with that. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the differences between Viktora 120 and 99, why you might decide to not pull her or pull her. I'm going to lean on the side of not pulling. So get ready, because we're going to dig in right now. All right, everybody. So Christmas Viktora, we have 2V Christmas units. So if I call her Christmas Venera in this video, I apologize. Some of the things you got to know about her is that she is sub paladin. She does have access to dual gunner, and her primary job is sniper. And she has a boatload of defense penetration. She's one of the only units in the game. She might actually be the only unit in the game that can reliably hit 100 defense penetration. That's specifically with the bow that's going to be coming out alongside of her. I already did a detail focusing on kind of how she was at 120, or I already did a video featuring all the details on how she was at 120. So if you're interested in that, make sure you go check it out. But specifically, the differences between her now and her at 120 are very significant. She still has her mastery ability, increases HP, water attack, decreases AP consumption. Taking a look at her stats, her agility is the same. You can see here that she does get 48 dexterity as well and 56 attack on her level 99 board stats. The thing that does a lot of damage to her, though, is this missing dexterity here. So she's missing out on 46 dexterity and 12 attack from her EX board stats. That is pretty significant in terms of ranged attack damage for her. You come down here to her EX job as well. She's going to be missing out on 15 additional dexterity, 23 additional attack, and for a unit that needs as much attack as possible, since she does have 100% defense penetration, she's unfortunately going to be just a little bit lacking. Now, that doesn't mean she's going to be a terrible unit stat-wise. It just means that she's going to be at a disadvantage compared to herself on the other side. Now, I think it's also really important to note that we are getting a free unit that is very similar to Christmas Viktora. And I think a lot of people don't realize that the 99 Viktora is very similar to the free water gunner unit that we're going to be getting here in the next couple of weeks. And that if you're looking for something to kind of fill the role that Christmas Venera, like Viktora, is doing, but you don't want to spend Vizier pulling for her, that free water gunner unit is going to be amazing for you. And you might just skip Christmas Viktora outright because she is going to be so great. Now, another reason that it's really unfortunate that we're only getting Christmas Viktora at 99 and not 125 is that we're losing her best ability. Of course, she is going to lose the upgrade to super long range to give her range +2. That's fine. What's really painful, though, coming down here, is the loss of her job level 25 ability, Break Spread. Now, this decreases attack and magic 39% for the opposing team, has a really high range height, has AoE height. It is a 3x3, as you can see here. It's painful losing this. This is something that, like, she was known to be, right? This is what she was known to have. Her other upgraded ability basically is just an increased version of decreasing movement here with increased range. And we're not going to be getting that either. So what's unique in her kit that we're going to be getting? Honestly, the only thing is the defense penetration. And then you have to ask yourself, how important is 100 defense penetration? And how important is that to you as a player, whether it's PvE or PvP? How often are you coming up against tanks with significant amounts of defense that's going to make your defense penetration from Christmas Viktora more valuable than some other unit in your composition? It's a question that I can't answer for you right now because it really depends on what you're going up against, what you're planning on for the future. I can tell you right now, though, just knowing and looking at her, I'm not going to use her for defense. Like, I probably will take her for defense penetration and things like tower, potentially. But I don't see it. I don't see my need or my desire for a 100 defense penetrating unit. Because, I mean, you have to consider, number one, the enemy has to have defense first and foremost in order to be viable. Secondly, like, I'm not sure she's going to have the damage to actually kill these tanks, right? Like, having defense penetration is great. That doesn't take into account ranged attack or missile resistance. It doesn't take into effect anything else, right? Single hit resistance, for example. So as a unit who's only really going to be capping out at maybe 800 attack with no sub-soldier passives, I really doubt she's going to have the capability to kill these units. Now, at 120, she might have had just a bit of an edge, right? But honestly, I don't see it happening. And there's a lot of people who are saying, you know, well, she's a water unit and we have Firemont coming in the future. I don't think so. I don't see it happening. I think her primary use is going to be as a luxury unit right now. I'll definitely be pulling for her for the eye candy and for being able to say, you know, that I got this badass girl working for me. But I don't think she's going to be significantly better than the free-to-play unit, or not free-to-play unit, but the free unit that's going to be giving to us the water gunner. Honestly, their kits are so similar. The only real difference is the defense penetration and about 8 or 9 agility. Sorry. What you're probably going to be using them most for is for dispel spread, right? Because she is a unit that has access to that dispel ability, which does chain with Titus and Glaciella. And that's going to be a very powerful ability. But again, the free water gunner unit does have that. And if you're doing content that involves chaining with Titus and Glaciella, you're not going to want your dispel unit to have as much agility as your other units, because you're probably not wanting them to deal damage because they're probably solely there for the dispel and the chaining. Now, her limit break is a multi-hit limit break, so it is important to recognize that it is going to be a multi-hit limit break. You can't see it on the screen right now just because of the way I have the screen set up, but it is a 2-hit attack. Now, another important thing that she is missing from her Paladin subjob, and I know it feels like we're all over the board here, but she's missing the ability to die, right? She's missing Immortal Spirit. And as we all know, for anyone who uses Kayn, that is such an important sub-Paladin ability, and it's just not present here at all. She has physical damage taken down, which is okay. She has Sentinel, which is okay. But honestly, it's a little bit of a letdown from her kit, especially since we're going to be losing her primary purpose, which is that 3x3 grid, attack down, magic down, bow attack. She felt like a harassment unit to me previously, and now she just kind of feels like a little confused, I would say, in terms of her role identity. And literally, that free water unit is going to, honest to God, like, the difference between that water unit and her, again, is so small. I really don't think that it's going to be a huge deal or a huge miss if you don't pull her. I would 100% recommend not pulling Christmas Viktora unless you have a special connection with Viktora, like I do. Otherwise, if you, for some reason, like water is your element and you want to go for it, I mean, go for it. But I really, I can't endorse this character for literally almost anybody to pull. Like, this is literally a pull if you really want her as a unit, as a kind of character in your pool, not so much as this unit is going to be vital to the future of the game for you. All right, everybody. Hopefully I didn't let down any of my Viktora fans out there. If I did miss anything, throw it down in the comment section down below. I'm sure there's a huge discussion to be had about defense penetration versus missile attack up versus what's going to be best for her as a unit, since she is the first defense penetration unit that we've ever had. Would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. I had a great conversation with Merlot about it, and I really I don't know, that's going to be interesting. As always, if you guys do want to support me, make sure you use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins, or you can go to dig.gs/offer as well. As always, everybody, we are going to be streaming tonight, and we are going to be polling for Christmas Venera and Christmas Viktora. So hopefully I will see some of you guys there, and have a great rest of your day, everybody.